Hello dear students, so now today we would move ahead in this chapter number 3 of class 7 science, that is fiber to fabric. So today we would be discussing all the methods or all the steps for processing fiber to wool. The first step is the shearing. Under this, the fleece of the sheep is removed. Okay, we remove the fleece of the sheep, okay, simply by shaving it off. Okay, then comes the next step. The next step is number 2, that is known as the scoring. Okay, so under this, what we do, we just boil the hair. We just boil the hair of the sheep in hot water. We boil it. So we boil it to remove the dirt from the hair, or the sticky material around the hair is removed under this process known as scoring. Okay, then comes the third process, or the third step. Here This is known as shorting. So here we short out the impurities from the hair. Okay, so from the hair the different impurities are sorted out, and we sort out the different type of wool based on the texture. Okay, here the sorting would take place, means here we would sort out the different types of wool based on the texture. Okay, we just sort out that, and we sort out the impurities also here. Then comes the step number 4, and step number 4 is picking. And what is this step? We just pick the burrs. We just pick the burrs, also known as small fluffy fibers like there. Okay, which you might see while you are wearing the woolen sweater. If you are wearing the woolen sweater, you would see small fluffy like fibers there on the surface of the wool, or on the surface of the sweater. You would see this. So these are called as the burrs. So these burrs are removed from the wool there. This is known as picking. And the fifth one is dyeing. So as we are knowing, the wool or the fiber that we are getting from the sheep, there are three colors. Okay, it is black, it is brown, and white. If you want some different color, then you would have to dye it in different colors. So the dyeing would take place after the picking. Okay, then comes the last step, that is known as the rolling, sorry, that is known as rolling. So under this, we roll out the wool. Okay, the longer fiber are just rolled out into the wool for making the sweater. Okay, and the smaller fiber are rolled out for making the clothes. Okay, so rolling would take place in the last step. So these are all the steps in which we are processing the fiber that we are getting from the sheep to wool. Okay, so let's write all these methods here. Before this, just let me write this here. So these are the various steps or the various methods under which the processing of fiber to wool would take place. Okay, first one is shearing. Fleece with thin layer is removed in summer. Especially in summer, we are removing it. Just you have to remember this, because during the winter, the sheep, if you are just removing the hair, means there is winter. So due to that reason, the hair are removed in the summer season. Okay, so second is scoring. So scoring, under scoring, just the hairs are boiled there. So hair are boiled to remove the dirt or sticky material around them. Sorting, impurities and different type of wool based on textures are sorted out here. So the fourth one is the picking, means the burrs, also known as the small fluffy fibers, are removed from here. Then the dyeing. So because originally there are three colors, black, brown, and white. So if you want some other color, then you would have to dye the fiber there. Okay, then the last step, under this, the longer fibers are rolled into the wool for making the sweater, and the smaller one are just spun into the cloth. Okay, so these are the various steps. Okay, so now let me tell you about a very important concept here, that is the selective breeding. Okay, so that is all here. So let me tell you about another very important concept here, that is the selective breeding. Okay, now if you want the enhanced quality wool there, okay, enhanced quality wool, then how would you get this enhanced quality wool? That we would be doing now. That is also called the selective breeding. So by this selective breeding, we are getting the enhanced quality wool there. Selective breeding. So what is this selective breeding? Let's say, suppose I have a breed of a sheep here. Let's say this is the breed of the sheep. Okay, and it is having the fine hair. So fine hair is very important for the wool, for means because wool is made up of the fine hair only. Okay, let's say suppose I have a breed of the sheep here, let's say it is A, and we are and it is having the fine hair, it is having the fine hair, it is having the fine hair. Okay, now at the same time I have another sheep here which is having dense hair, very dense hair. These are fine but not dense. Here the hairs, here the hair are dense hair. So this one sheep is having the dense hair and this one sheep is having the fine hair. Okay, now if I just, with the help of the cross breeding of both the sheep here, with the help of cross breeding of both the sheep, that is fine one and the dense one, so I am getting another sheep here that would be having the fine hair as well as the dense hair. Means the hair would be fine hair, and but the hair, all the hair would be dense hair. So this is how I am getting the enhanced quality wool hair. Are you getting this? Yes. So this process is called as the selective breeding. So by the process of the cross breeding of the of the sheep with fine hair and the sheep with the dense hair, we are just having another animal, another sheep here which is having fine as well as the dense hair. So this process is known as the selective breeding. So by the process of selective breeding, we are getting the enhanced quality wool there. Are you getting this? So this is the selective breeding. Are you getting? Okay. So this process is called the selective breeding. So under this process, we would have the cross breeding of the sheep with the fine hair and the sheep with the dense hair. So by the process of the cross breeding, we are getting another sheep which is having fine as well as the dense hair. So this process is called selective breeding. So that's all for today. Would be discussing some more topics of this chapter. Till then, stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you. Have a good day.